Greetings, mortals! It's Haven there once again, and I wanted to give you guys a quick tour of the Cloudtop Inn that I used at Gen Con, my large 6-story 3D printed map that I printed off. It was huge, 3 feet wide, 3 feet tall, over 3 feet tall. It was a wonderful thing to print, made by Sword Name Publishing, and I just felt like, my wife reminded me, I've been doing tons of videos showing the outside of it and the whole thing assembled. I've never shown you guys what was inside and how much work I put into actually fleshing out the full inn with all the scatter terrain inside. So let's do that. Let's take a look inside Cloudtop Inn. Here we go. Let's start off in the basement. This is where I had everybody start off the adventure. Now, again, this is the Cloudtop Tavern done by Sword Name Publishing. A beautiful model, 6 levels of playable space, lots of great details. The interior is a mix of various scatter terrain I have, but I will say most of this came from Fat Dragon Games and Ether Studios as we go through this. Over here we got the workshop, we got a power hammer, some anvils, a bellows, some access points and a workstation, just some scatter there for some crates and everything, barrels in the cold storage, the teleportation circle, and those instruments, or the instruments as well as the power station stuff, the engine room looking things that I put down here. Moving up to the next level, this is going to be where I turned it into the kitchen. So we have the access port here that matches up with the stairs on the other level. Some more extra scattered, some more crates and stuff. I called these some spice racks when we had it. More kegs and beer and such. Over here we're going to have a little bit of a nook for recipes and stuff. A cooking station with the various ovens going on and some tables, as well as some cook stoves and the stairs that come upstairs. Now, this is where things get a little bit more exciting. This is the main floor. This is the bar. This is the area where you got the fight pit and everybody can look, and the main entrance, as well as you have all those extra spots around it. Now, what I will point out is that I did not print off the docks that come off of these sections, and on all 4 sides, there are docks that go out about another foot, and the tables at Gen Con are 5 feet, and I didn't want to have to request anything special for a very large, and then you're getting to points where it's going to be hard to reach in, so I just didn't bother to print those for this, but we do have this great interior, the stairs going up to the 2nd floor, the pillars. Now, if you're going to yell at me and your OCD's kicking in and the fact that everything's scattered around, it was supposed to be from my mission. There was a fight. This is supposed to be the aftermath of a big brawl and a fight and a massive encounter that they came into afterwards. So it is supposed to be messed up. So put your mind at ease. This is the way it's supposed to look. I just will point out all these little lanterns and everything. Beautifully done little lanterns, and I really like them. I will say they're very delicate, and I printed off extras, and I did break about 4 or 5 of them as we were playing throughout the convention at Gen Con, and just got able to replace them. We're going to go out to the first floor. Actually, I'm sorry, I guess the ground floor, first floor, or first floor, second floor, depending on which country you live in. Here is the cheap room. So these are little rooms, single beds, just a little tiny thing, bureau or something to put your stuff in, some more stairs. And I will say I added in some extra tables and stuff up here because, Gen Con, where else are you guys going to play up some pickup games of Commander and or, other board games, but in the recesses around the first floor. And then it does open up, and when it's stacked up, you actually can see down all the way into the fight pit, which is really a cool concept. I am working, though, because I am a bard. I love the idea of the fight pit, but I also think this would be a great stage in the round. So I'm looking at trying to find a way to 3D print my own stage to fill that space. And then again, you can still have some overlook here and, some great little interactions. Now we're going to move up to the next floor. These are the suites that are a little nicer. We got double beds, we got a bureau, we got a chest. I wanted to print some more stuff with this, but I will say this project took me forever. This project started in January. I was still painting and working on things the Tuesday before Gen Con. So that's 7 months of work, and I just simply ran out of time. My bad. This year I have started. Oh, look, one of them I didn't straighten up. The maid didn't show up. Hold up, we're gonna quickly do that. We're gonna shoot maid there, and then the chest goes over here. There we go. All right, there we go. But yeah, I was working on stuff, so I just ran out of time to print some more. I was thinking tables in these, like little tables you get in your hotel rooms when you get nicer hotels, would have been nice. Made some furniture out on the balconies would have been nice. But I still think it came out pretty well, especially since most of my games had a lot of great feedback. Everybody enjoyed themselves. They enjoyed fighting through this giant inn. Again, I'm not going to give you exactly what's going on. Hold on, that's not supposed to be there. I'm not going to give you any hints if you are going to play my games in the future. I'm hoping to bring this to a few other conventions this year. Top level, here we go. This is the executive suites, the big suites, the stairs coming up over here. Now, in this case, I did turn it into something a little funky. This is where the big bad guy is, hence the cages and ominous. And of course, you know it's a bad guy's lair when there is an owl bear rug. In fact, he's got two of them. He is extra bad. But there you go. This is just a little tour, big old balcony. This is where everybody took pictures with their minis at the end of the game. It was really fun. Yeah, so there you go. Just a little tour of this large inn that I worked on. Again, just to give you some quick stats. This is over 70 pounds of filament that I used and resin. There was over 1,500 hours of print time across my printers into this project. And I honestly don't know how long I painted this thing. I painted on and off for months. So there you go, a little bit of Cloudtop. I hope to see you at my tables, and I'm already working on next year's big map. Stay tuned. Bye-bye, and make all life saving throws.